Here's how to derail your iMTR journey before you even get started. Some common things that people do are, number one, they assume that the house that they have right now is going to be a perfect iMTR. That's not always the case. So if you have a short-term rental right now in an urban area or walkable to all the cool shops, that might not be the best iMTR. If you have a home in a high renter area where most of the people in the neighborhood are renters, that might not be the best choice. If you have a townhouse or condo, you can't just assume that, oh great, I own a house. Now I've just heard what insurance midterm rentals are. I'm switching over and it's going to just work out great. 100% occupancy, top dollar. Now, it may work in those cases, but to cast the widest net and if you want this to be your main thing, make it your main thing, you got to make sure that you know which homes do well in insurance midterm rentals and which ones don't. So location, 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 just like in everything else in real estate, location super matters for insurance midterm rentals. You want to be in suburbs. You want to be in areas where there are lots of homeowners. So where do homeowners typically like to buy? Somewhere near good schools, somewhere near good parks, somewhere that's safe, somewhere that has cool organic grocery stores, things like that. That's what you want to hone in on. And if you happen to have a rental already in one of those areas, another thing that can just get people off on the wrong foot before they even start is taking a rental that's just been a rental and converting it to an iMTR. Say it is in the good zone, but they keep it renter grade. So it's like kind of dingy. The wall paint could be updated, but it's like, whatever, it's just a rental. Like old, linoleum countertops or wallpaper from the 1980s, but it's just a rental. Who cares? The carpet's kind of gross, but it's just a rental. No, it's not just a rental. So these are homeowners that live in your neighborhood and they're going to have a choice of a few homes. So if they have a choice that's a new build or a nice remodel up the street or your rent house, people probably aren't going to choose the gross rent house. So keep in mind that homes that are nicely done and that are well equipped do better in every single type of real estate. That's why my husband and I typically just do well, even with a house that we tried in the urban area that we tried to do iMTR, didn't work as iMTR. We pivoted to short-term rental on that particular one, which was an arbitrage, which we've now let go, but we pivoted and it still worked out and still cash flow positive because we made that house so nice. And this is kind of what we've learned is if you have a good product, I can't remember who said it, but like if you build it, the people will come. If you do the right thing and create the right house, the right space, the most beautiful home in the area, people will come and people will want to be there. So it's the same with insurance midterm rentals. If people pick a house the same way they do on Airbnb for a vacation, right? They're booking out of their emotion. Is this where I want to be for the next 3 to 6 months with my family? Is this where I want my kids being raised? Is this where I want my son to drive to school from? So keep all of these things in mind as you turn a rent house into an iMTR. Last but not least, things that can get you derailed before you even start are not being set up properly. In terms of like taxes and LLCs and all that stuff. You want to make sure your ducks are in a row, that you don't just take a house that's in your personal name, turn it into a business, have no protection, liability protection, and you certainly want to make sure that you have your taxes ducks in a row because you could make a whole ton of money and at the end have a huge tax bill because your income is a lot higher. So you want to make sure you get your business entity structure set up well and your taxes. And then you want to make sure the home is in the right area and that you really make it a nice home that wows people. Again, at Vetted Homes, our goal is to be the silver lining in somebody's bummer of a situation. Their house flooded, they had a fire, they had pipes burst, it ruined, say, their Christmas. But guess what? They found your house and now they're like, oh, we feel so grateful we get this place. Maybe in some cases, it's even nicer than their home. And they're like, oh, we're so grateful. This is just the silver lining. So that's what we aim for, Vetted Homes. If you have no clue what I'm talking about because you're like, what the heck's an insurance rental? And you just stumbled upon this video, check out our page, Vetted Homes, and you'll see what insurance midterm rental is all about and why we think it is the absolute best real estate investment strategy. Bye, thanks.